Hello, it's Dana with Constructing Artistics. I wanted to. Oh, wait a minute! I hit my camera. For heaven's sakes, where am I going? Sorry about that. See my scissors. Um, I wanted to do a little project share of some of these finished flowers. The only I did not use, I stuck in here the few prints that I didn't think were, and which leads me to a little advice. If you're making flowers from these dies from scratch, I think the smaller prints work better. I think these stripes were too big and they did not look right. And this paper, some of it was aged. So as you can see, some of the dots look more yellow and some of the dots look more white. Some papers already have the aging on it as you get closer to the edge, and that didn't work out because it just looked dirty. But here's what I ended up with. I just thought I would use some non-traditional papers and colors just until I got a feel for how to make these flowers and what looks best and what didn't. So I really like how the black and white ones turned out. I ended up making 4 of those with the stamina centers. I think they turned out really cute. I think they would be fun for a Halloween project. I think I have a lot of ideas of things I can do with these. These were actually the 2 color flowers. So all of these right here are just 2 patterns. Oh, and these 2. These are just 2 patterns. So I think those kind of turned out nice where you alternate the pattern, and this has like a large and a small botanical. And then this, of course, polka dot, and then the little check. I don't know that you can see that, but it's a tiny little kind of graph paper. This was kind of like a big pixel paper, and then these are little X's. I know they don't translate well into the camera. And then these, I thought I would try some, because of course their poinsettias, I need to do at least a couple Christmassy looking ones. But this paper is actually gold and pink with aged spots. And the other paper is a small plaid. So I thought, you know what, they're both busy, tiny prints. I'm going to pop them together and see what they look like. And then I touched some gold onto the edges. I don't know if you can see that. Let me put this camera up more. There we go. So I kind of touched the edges with the gold, and I think those turned out real cute. I hit the edges of these pink ones with the gold too. I really need a better camera. Then this bottom row, oh, I did this one in, this was all the same paper, and then I colored the stamina gold. So I thought that was interesting to see how hard it would be to color the stamina with the marker. It did take a minute. I didn't do too many of those. And then I decided just to take, excuse me, the largest 2 layers for this one. I hit the edges with pink and colored those stamina. I don't know if that's my favorite. And then I cut the edges off a few. So this one, or I guess just 2. So this one and this one, I tried to cut. I just went around and snipped the edges so that it was more rounded. And I did not curve those with my embossing tool. I just folded them in half to make a real quick, simple kind of flower. And then this is all the same paper. This is all the same paper. All of these on the bottom are using all the same paper. Let me put this over here. Because these are 2 papers, these are 4 papers, and these are all the same paper. So I thought that was interesting how they look maybe fuller, but then they're not fuller. But I do think they're interesting when you use all the same paper. I put different things in the center. Some I put stamina, some I just put, a big piece of bling. But I do think that they look, and I folded up the edges. This, I did use my um, embossing ball to kind of curl the leaves, but I thought that turned out really adorable, and they're actually quite sturdy if you use cardstock. But like this is not cardstock I used, and these are really kind of flimsy. So I think I may glue another piece of paper to the back of those to make them hold a little bit. I have no projects in mind for any of these, but I did want to learn to make them, to practice to make them, and to find out what the best way to make them was. Now that I've made some and saw the shape and how they look under different angles and positioning, I really like how this one turned out. I love this, the black background with the big botanical fan leaves, and this is actually quite sturdy when you fold it like that. Oh, that wasn't quite dry. I just glued that. But I think they turned out pretty cute. I think these little pearls on these are too small. I think these need probably to be popped out and a bigger center put in. I'm not sure I'm going to use these, but at the same time, not sure I'm not. I don't know how I'm going to store these. That's the problem. I didn't think about that when I was making them all. So if in certain kind of storage, they're going to get smashed and deformed. And I don't like that. I like more sturdy things that are a bit more stable. So I am going to have to store these with my traditional flowers. I don't have room for that now as it is, but I did want to show them, tell you my little tips that I thought work best. And well, I think that's about it. Just stay away from the larger patterns, and the stripes didn't tend to translate as well. This is striped, but it's kind of a wonky stripe. If you can see, it was like kind of curved in and out. But the map really looks cute. The map paper really turned out cute. The botanical, some of them turned out cute. I like the black and white. I think with full color paper, it looks nicest. So this is not a white background. This is a full color paper. And I think that turned out real cute. The plaids, you definitely have to stick with a really small plaid if you're going to use the plaid. I think that looks nice. And so that's it. That's all that's my project share for today. This is Dana with Constructing Artistics. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Bye. Oops, I forgot to unplug my mouse to charge my phone.